As soon as you figure out that the guy who's reached out to you on one of these dating sites is a scammer, you got to get rid of him as fast as you possibly can. Just make sure he's a scammer, but once you decide he's a scammer through the little hints that we have given you to detect them, you need to get rid of them because their objective at the beginning is to make you fall in love with them. And they will use every dirty trick in the book. And you think that you're talking to a guy whose picture they've sent you, and I'll show this later on in this video, but I'm going to show you who you're really talking to. So as soon as you find them, you got to get rid of them. It's really critically important. On the left is what our conversations look like while we were active on Facebook Messenger. His little profile picture would be active on the left hand side. And he was texting me all the time, telling me how much he loved me, telling me how he's looking for a long term relationship, sending me all these little songs from YouTube videos about how much he loved me and all the rest of that. And he figured out that I was wise to him because I had asked him to send me a picture of himself and I'd asked him a bunch of questions that he flat couldn't answer. So what happened was once he figured out that I was on to him, he deactivated his profile and he blocked me. So once he blocked me, the right hand screen shows that his icon picture is gone and it's just replaced with a blank. And that's what happened. He said, I'm going to get my rest now. Talk to you later, which is just to the right of that arrow. And then he blocked me, and I never heard from him again. So all those promises about how much he loved me, it was all a load of crap. He didn't love me at all. He just wanted my money. And when you get those little, every morning you check your phone, and there's a message from this person telling you how much he loves you and how he's going to be with you all the time. He's looking for a long term relationship. Each time you get one of those, it gives you a little hit of dopamine. And after a month goes by, you're getting a daily hit of dopamine, and sometimes several times during the day, these messages would show up with these mushy, sappy little videos and poems on them. You get addicted to this, and you've got to get rid of it because by the end, I was getting ready to send this guy money just because I was falling in love with him. You got to cut that off before it happens. And here is a sappy little picture of him and me paired up and hearts coming out of him going towards me. And he sent me this stuff all the time, and it will wear you down after a while. You start thinking that this guy really loves you, and this guy is a good looking guy, but this is not who I was talking to. My supposed romantic interest had told me he was at a United States base in Yemen, of all places. So I'm like, okay. So before anybody thinks I'm racist, this picture on the right is a result that I got when I Googled Yemen young man. This is the picture that came up. This is an average Yemen young man that I found on Google Photos. So this is who I'm really talking to, and the guy on the left is who I think I'm talking to. Here's a reminder again of what the active text look like, which is on the left with it, which has his profile picture, and on the right where his profile picture is grayed out and there's nothing there. And on the bottom, it says this profile person is no longer available. So that's how I knew he had blocked me. But on the left, he was talking about how he's not allowed to make phone calls because he's on this secret Yemen military base. It's like, yeah, right. So be careful with these guys. They'll hurt you emotionally, in addition to hurting your wallet as they try to scam you out of money. This guy, for those who don't remember, wanted $8,400 from me. Before I forget, the $8,400 was an application fee to get 2 months leave to come back to the States and marry me. That never happened. I can tell you that. I'm just as single can be, and he's vanished off the face of the earth. And our young Yemen friend has moved on to greener pastures, somebody that isn't as gullible. But I didn't fall for it. I didn't send him any money, but I did get my heart broken. So be careful.